Caution number 5 here at the Heluva Good at the Glen NASCAR Sprint Cup race. Debris on the racetrack is the reason for the caution flag, and we'll show you where that debris came from.
That's a tire carcass off of, I believe it's Elliott Sadler's car.
Yeah, you can watch Elliott trying to pass Casey Mears down into turn 1, gets in a little hot, doesn't want to get into Casey and spins out right here. That's not the end of this.
There's actually 2 wrecks going on at the same time right behind this group. The 55 car and the 6 of David Reagan were fighting for position, getting in the corner. Right here you see David Reagan driving under Carpentier. They make contact, and there's Elliott Sadler sitting over there. And hello.
Then the 19 car able to get away, but as he's trying to drive away with an injured car, debris, you see that part of that tire carcass Andy's talking about coming off, and that's what brought the caution flag out for the 5th time by NASCAR.
These are caution laps that quite a few of the leaders needed to make it to the finish. Marcus Ambrose and Tony Stewart are the top 2, and they need a little bit more to make it to the end.
Okay, where's Tony Stewart choose this time now?
I'm sure he's going to choose the inside. He saw how it worked last time. And he can control the start this time.
Yeah, and he still got his hands full in trying to keep Marcus Ambrose back there.
And Greg Biffle's had a very good race car. See Biffle back there. The best run that Greg Biffle has had on a road course, certainly his best run here at Watkins Glen. Let's get up to speed with Radio Shack here under caution, starting with Jamie Little and our leader, Tony Stewart.
Well, Doc, just before the caution, Darian Grubb was telling us he was going to be about 2 laps short. I just asked him, is this going to help you guys? He said, it'll help, but it's not enough to make it to the end. Vince?
Running second is Marcus Ambrose, and of course their pit strategy was up in question earlier in the race when they stayed out long, but it's been a great finish for Ambrose, but he wants to win. He's not points racing today. He's all about the victory, and he's real close to getting it as we reach closer to the checkered flag. Now, behind Ambrose, Greg Biffle. Interesting, Biffle's average finish at Watkins Glen is 29th over the years. That's his worst of all tracks. So to be in the top 5 here today is huge for their chances to make the chase. They came into today right there on that bubble spot at number 12. Dave?
And Kyle Busch is in the 13th position, just 101 points behind Biffle, trying to make up some ground today. If he finished where he is, they would. The last 4 races, he's averaged a 25th place finish. And except for his car, which won't turn the way he likes it, he's been pretty good today. Shannon?
Dave, there's so many different strategies right now, both on pit road and big picture, and I'm talking about the chase. Juan Pablo Montoya, the 42 team, and his crew chief, Brian Patty, have been sticking to their guns. They are in chase mode. They want to be in the top 12. Brian Patty told me before the race that their goal here today is a top 9 finish. The car is good for Juan Pablo, and they are good on fuel to go to the end. Jamie?
And behind him, Carl Edwards, what a run today. Started 33rd, and he finds himself in 6th right now. It is the best he has been all day. Now, the team told me the same thing that we heard from the 14 of Tony Stewart. They were about 2 laps short before the caution. This will help, but his crew chief, Bob Osborne, told him long gears. In essence, that means short shift. Vince?
What a great day it's been for the 13 of Max Pappas. A top 10 finish was their goal today. Crew chief Peter Suspinzo on the radio just a moment ago gave Max his props for a job well done.
You got to hang tough here, bud. That's it. You're racing against the best out there in the world, so you're going to be one of them, so you got to do it. And, you know, we're going to go, and you're going to go to win this race. We ain't going to worry about a few miles. You're just going to run your ass off and try and win the race, all right?
10-4, Peter. I'm ready to go. I feel good now.
Nothing short of victory. That's the goal at this point now for the 13 of Max Pappas. Dave?
The 1 car and the 1 team of Martin Truex Jr. very happy with their day. Started 23rd, stayed on strategy, and stayed on the track. That was one of their goals for today, and they've certainly done that. Looking for another top 10 for them and actually pushing toward possibly their best finish of the year. Vince?
Well, and I'll tell you what, guys, you got to give a tip to the hat to that guy right there in the Cheerios car, the 33 of Clint Boyer. They started 38th today, and they needed a huge day because they came into this 15th in points. This was a day they needed to maintain, not beat themselves, execute all day long, and keep themselves in position for the chase. Well, they've done that and more today. A credit to crew chief Shane Wilson, and of course the man in the seat with the wheel in his hand, Clint Boyer. Dave?
Rounding out the top 10, Denny Hamlin in that 11 car. Remember, got that speeding penalty earlier on pit road, has worked his way back up. Just having a little trouble through the S's behind other cars. That's a high-speed part. That will hurt him, but on fuel, they are to the good. Doc?
Thanks, guys. That's the top 10. And back in 11th and 12th, side by side, will be our pole sitter, Jimmy Johnson. And beside him, Kurt Busch, who started on the outside front row. So 18 laps to go. Double foul restart. Stewart and Ambrose, your crew chief, are you believing this about the fuel mileage with these two guys up front?
Well, I believe what they're saying right now, but there's still going to be more cautions. I still would say you're going to have to race them on the track. I wouldn't count on anybody running out of fuel at this point.
Yeah, and Tony leading this race, he can't be conservative. I mean, right now he's been conserving while they've been under caution, but when he gets started right here, he has to go wide open if he has any chance of winning this race. He can't let Marcus get in front of him. See, Tony's chosen that inside line to restart here. He feels like that's his best chance to stay out front. We'll see if Ambrose has anything for him on the outside.
Front row, Tony Stewart on the inside. And remember, Greg Biffle has only gotten one top 10 finish in his career at this racetrack. Having his best run ever, he's going to be very aggressive on the inside in that third position. Here we go. Green flag, 18 laps to go at Watkins Glen, and here they come. Look at Ambrose.
Yeah, he didn't even want any part of that outside. He went immediately to the inside. Here comes Kyle Busch on the outside.
Kyle on the outside and Biffle on the inside. 2 by 2 up to the S's.
Yeah, he might make it work on Biffle right here.
Yeah, we saw this yesterday. Kyle Busch did this very thing in the race yesterday.
And look at Carl Edwards. He gets a spot away. He's gone by 42 Montoya and now Biffle.
Biffle's going to have to guard losing another spot to Montoya here.
Montoya's going to make a move on him getting in this bus stop, but Biffle is protecting it. You can see him moving to the inside, blocking that move.
Both of those guys are kind of in a conservative mode also, trying to keep themselves inside that chase number.
Team was talking about the big picture with Greg Biffle getting in that chase, and right now if he were to finish where he is, Biffle would move up 2 places in the points, the 10th spot, with just 4 races remaining before the chase begins.
Watch Kyle Busch right here. He still has his sights set on trying to get his car back to the front. He wants to be right there in case Marcus Ambrose is able to get beside of Tony Stewart somewhere and see if he can advance his position at least one more.
Carl Edwards, what a job he has done starting at the back of the field today, slowly and just patiently picking them off one by one. Now to be sitting in the 4th position, will be 15 laps to go next time by.
And Marcus Ambrose a little bit on the defensive side now. Having to look back there at Kyle Busch, but he gets a good run up through the S's.
It's almost like it takes Marcus's car a lap or two. Plus, he has a little older tires on his car than what Kyle Busch and the rest of these guys do. But it's like it takes his car a little bit to come in.
You see, you keep seeing Carl Edwards move to the right. He's not really trying to make a move, but here the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson makes a move getting in the bus stop.
You can see Kurt Busch has passed him and a few other cars and moved himself up. He's up to the 9th spot. So he's been able to make a couple of positions on this restart.
Well, Vickers inside of Hamlin there. Just a hint of a touch a moment ago coming out of the bus stop.
Like Boris said, he's got some smoke. I think his car is finally going to blow up here, and they've lost a lot of water throughout the day.
Yeah, they overheated the car out there earlier and finally taking its toll.
Battle for 12th position. Hamlin and Vickers side by side out of turn 11.
They were side by side for over half a lap here.